Well, this is kind of a interesting way to start a video. Just got finished trying to figure out my tax stuff for last year. Always fun. But in today's video, we're actually going to get another kind of wrap thing finished on the Raptor. But I actually am going to show you guys the process in today's video because it's something that should only take about an hour. And that means I'm just going to stay at the vinyl place, show you guys what's happening, and yeah, I guess this is going to be a how-to video in essence, but it's nothing too crazy. So it's probably something that some of you guys could actually do at home. This is slightly unfortunate, and I actually have to turn on my Raptor to show you guys kind of what I'm talking about. It is 25 degrees outside, and I actually have to wash the Raptor, so this is not going to be very fun to wash because stuff is going to freeze a bunch, but if I don't wash the Raptor, I can't get parts of it wrapped, so this is what we call a kerfuffle. We got Doug here putting the Raptor logo on the back part of the bed. And, I mean, you guys saw me, I tried to wash the truck and, well, just driving here from the car wash, already got it dirty again. But yeah, that already looks so good. Just seeing it, it's gonna look amazing on the bed. That's the first part done right there. You can see you gotta get it pulled away, and then, what's it called, squeegee? Yep. Got to use that to kind of put it into the, well, I mean, now we have like 3 layers of vinyl, so here it will be impossible to get scratched. Yeah, you got to just kind of place that on right there. So this side is completely done, and if you notice, I didn't do this in black. So normally on the Raptors, they'll do the actual decal in black. I did it in the gray so that it matches the fenders. If you look really closely, you can see it's the same exact gray that is on the fenders, on the side here, on the bumpers, all that kind of stuff. So now it all matches, and it actually looks way better than I originally thought it would. The font's like the perfect size, so it takes up the perfect amount of space here on the bed. So far the side's looking pretty good. Ford's little gas cap kind of gets annoying, and then also the bottom of the R here down to the fender. So this side's actually harder to do than the other side, but we're getting places. The second side is done right here, and yeah, it just, I don't know, I like the fact that there's more contrast on the side. Now, I know it would have been cool to do these letters the same color as the rest of the wrap like this, but I like this more, and I can't do both because if I had like orange letters there, then gray letters there, it would look a little bit funny, and then obviously orange letters on the front. But yeah, both of these sides look really cool. And then we've got to warm it up a little bit just because everything's so cold on this side. There's a ton of ice just to make sure that it sticks properly. Now, the stripes are happening at the top here. Now it's going to stop right at this body line because it would look funny if the stripe kind of just went right down. And you can actually see the gold right there perfectly in the lighting. But yeah, probably just cutting it off right there on both sides of it. So this is tape that cuts the top layer of the vinyl made out of Kevlar and basically outlines this whole area for where we're going to put the stripe. And he's putting it just over here on the other section. Kind of painstaking, takes a minute, but yeah, gotta have it good look good, can't talk. Sides are put on now. You can barely see it from a distance right here, like you can't even notice, but once the vinyl's put on, then it'll definitely be noticeable. And it'll kind of tie everything in together with just all these gray aspects here, and then obviously the little kind of sport venting at the top. Now this is a cool part. Once this is put on, like I said, the tape underneath is kind of gonna cut this, so then it'll make it so it's perfectly straight lines. It's a lot better than just laying vinyl down and then cutting it straight with a knife. So just make things look a lot cleaner as it's kind of going down. Now this is where the little tape gets pulled. You can see that's what actually cuts through the vinyl itself. It's pretty cool. It's interesting to watch, but I mean, we can go over to the other one over here and you can see just, I mean, just shape, everything is perfect. Now here is our finished product, and yeah, I think this makes the truck look so much sportier. Now it's really cool actually is at the top here. I know that normally they're going to end, most things will kind of end the stripe up here, but it's better that it goes up here because this is going to make it so the vinyl just holds a lot better. And I think just appearance wise, when you look at it from the front end, which is 99% of the time you're going to look at it, it just looks a lot cleaner because when it just abruptly ends on the factory Raptors, it just, I don't know, it doesn't look as nice. But yeah, everything, yeah, I love the whole look of it. It just ties everything in on the Raptor so much better. The only thing that I'm thinking about doing now is I think maybe the taillights, doing something to make them a little bit darker. And if you are in the police department, don't, I didn't say that, but yeah, the Raptor just, yeah, it looks so much cleaner now. And by cleaner, I don't mean that, like, yeah, it's horribly dirty, but by cleaner, I mean the Raptor just looks a lot better. Looking at this still, yeah, I think I'm gonna keep the letters like that, because I don't know, maybe I'll make them orange. I want you guys to leave down in the comment section below if you think that would be a good idea for me to make all of the letters orange, but I think it would just be kind of weird to have gray there and then orange there. But yeah, I don't know, let me know what you guys think. I've got to head out filming for the day, but here's just a quick look at all of it in the sunlight. And yeah, it just makes the truck look sporty, especially the stripes on the side. And yeah, I wish that they offered this option from the factory, but the only way to get it is obviously getting vinyl like I did, or yeah, I mean, that's basically it, because the factory one just kind of comes up to the side. It doesn't have claw marks or anything. But yeah, it makes the Raptor look so much cooler. I love it. Well, I just got done filming, and I think these were like the most stressful few hours that I've had in a while. I lost my GoPro in the middle of one review. Like, it just fell off the side of the car. I didn't hear the suction cup like actually disconnect, so I didn't know until I basically got back from filming, which, I mean, that happens. But then I go and find my GoPro on the side of the street, just completely exploded. I kind of put it back together. It's not waterproof anymore, I'm pretty sure, but I'm gonna still try to use it for like my POV drives. I just can't use it for exterior shots anymore, which sucks, but yeah. The more important thing is this video is actually gonna get a title change. It was something fun and exciting, right? It was me getting my Raptor wrapped, but now this video is gonna be about how I'm pretty sure my Raptor's broken. And I'm heading to the Dodge dealership first, which might seem counterintuitive, but I'm just gonna have one of the guys check it out if they have a little bit of spare time, and then I'm gonna have to take it to the Ford dealership later this week, and that'll be a second video. But yeah, I think I broke my Raptor. So we are in my garage now, and it's time to show you the truck. Now, looking at it just right away, you might not notice anything wrong. And by the way, this is also gonna explain why I don't keep the Raptor in the garage. Okay, look at this. Barely missing it. It is missing it, by the way. I've got to kind of climb up on top of the truck. Oh, fell for a second. But yeah, you can see it's barely missing it. And then space in front of the truck is like that much. And then space behind the truck is like that much. And I just don't have to deal with, I mean, dealing with that every single day would be such a pain. I could do it, but I literally have to leave just at any moment all the time, so just easier using the other driveway. Anyways, the back end of the truck, I mean, you can see it's just, I don't know if you guys can really tell, but I definitely can tell in person, it's so much lower than what it normally is. And I'm really not sure what is happening with the back end. I don't know. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, it's because you jumped your Raptor and you messed up the suspension. However, I did not have any issues with this post jump with the Raptor. The Raptor was completely fine. So I off-roaded on Saturday, and then I washed the truck Saturday night, and I think that's where I made my mistake, because I have kind of this hypothesis that it's the ice that's causing the issue. That's just my hypothesis. I don't know if it's true or not. But I washed it Saturday night a little bit, and then I went and washed it on Sunday, and both days it was pretty cold, and I think what happened is a bunch of water froze underneath the truck. I mean, I can just kind of show you guys, I mean, you can imagine the whole like undercarriage just completely frozen, and I think that the weight of it is pulling the truck down, and I don't know, maybe something with the shocks. I don't know. I'm not like mechanically inclined or anything like that, but yeah, it's definitely really interesting, and that's why I have it in the garage. Now, even though this garage is small, it is hopefully going to get some of the stuff to melt off of it. I don't know. The garage isn't super warm. It's not heated or anything, sadly. That's definitely something that I want to have in the future, is heating. But I'm thinking that if I can get some of this stuff to melt off, that, I don't know, maybe something will fix. Either way, probably gonna have to take it into the Ford dealership, have them look at it, but I need to get as much of this ice off as possible. Obviously get the snow out of the bed, which, I mean, that shouldn't be that heavy, but I'm thinking it's this stuff. Like, this is just all over the truck, and obviously it's just from driving in the snow, and yeah, I mean, you can literally see like every single crevice of the truck is just filled with ice. Oh, this is the worst. The skid plate. I don't know if there's enough light for you guys to be able to actually see back there, but like this whole area, just everything under the truck is completely just filled with ice, and it's kind of horrible. I actually figured this out. I turned the brightness up on my camera, and now you guys can hopefully see all of the ice underneath the truck. Like the whole undercarriage, all of it is completely covered. So yeah, I mean, and into there. I kind of got the shocks cleaned off a little bit earlier today because that's what I originally thought it was. And then hopefully now we can actually see into the front here. Yeah, it's showing it a little bit better. There's the skid plate. Sorry, it's not focusing very well. There's the skid plate. It even has ice like just on top of it. Yeah, there's a lot. I might sound really stupid saying that ice would be enough to weigh down the truck, but the thing is, a Raptor fully loaded like mine only has a payload of about 1,000 pounds. And I mean, just depending on how much ice there actually is on the truck, and then obviously all the other stuff that I have in the truck, if that's enough weight, that could obviously make it so the suspension goes down a little bit in the rear. Is that the thing? I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that it is because I really don't want to have to pay to get the truck fixed. But if it's not, I'm really interested to hear from a mechanic exactly what happened in the back, if it was a defect or basically just what happened, because yeah, it's weird. And I guess the final thing that I forgot to talk about is just what this has been doing to the truck and why I even found out about it, other than just the physical appearance of the rear end being lower. The thing that's a little bit scary is once I get to speeds above 50 miles an hour, the truck kind of, it's not like it's dangerous or anything like that, but you can feel the back end definitely wobbling a lot. And I've read on a bunch of forums that if you're towing with a Raptor, it kind of does the same thing because the rear end's kind of down. And so that's why I was thinking, that's what kind of led me to the idea of thinking that this is because there's so much weight on the truck right now that is pulling it down, because it's doing the same thing that the Raptors are supposed to do when you're towing with them, and that's ride really rough compared to unloaded. But yeah, I really don't know. And let's cross our fingers that it is way too much ice on my truck weighing it down, and I don't need new shocks or new leaf springs, or yeah, because that'd be expensive. Well, that is pretty much going to sum up today's video. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below what you think is wrong with the Raptor, if you guys have had any sort of experience with this in the past, and only if you own a Raptor. If you don't own a Raptor, I don't want to hear your comment unless you're like a Raptor mechanic. If you're a Raptor mechanic, I would really appreciate your input. But if you're someone with anything but a Raptor, your comment is insignificant. And also, I want you guys to let me know what you think about the new decals on the Raptor. If you like them, if you hate them, and then also, again, if you think I should do the front and back emblems the same color. And then also, let me know what you think about the little hood stripe thingies. I don't know what else to call them. I really like it. I think that makes the truck look a whole lot sportier. But yeah, let me know what you guys think on all of that, and that's gonna sum it up. If you're stopping for the first time, please subscribe, comment down below what you think, and then, well, I will see all of you in the next video, and hopefully the next video is the ice melted off of my truck and it's fixed, and not my truck is in the Ford dealership and I have to fork out $6 grand for new suspension. I'll see ya.